The sun was beginning to set over the hills near the Sea of Galilee, and a vast crowd of people stretched across the grassy hillside as far as the eye could see. They had followed Jesus all day long, listening to his words of hope, watching him heal the sick, and feeling their hearts stirred by something they had never experienced before. There were men, women, children, and elderly people, all gathered together, numbering more than 5,000. As the hours passed, the disciples grew worried. They approached Jesus and said, "Master, this is a remote place, and the hour is already late. Send the crowds away so they can go to the nearby villages and buy themselves something to eat." But Jesus looked at his disciples with calm, steady eyes and said something that surprised them all. "You give them something to eat." The disciples exchanged puzzled glances. Philip spoke up, shaking his head in disbelief. "Even if we worked for 8 months, we would not have enough money to buy bread for each of these people to have even a small bite." The task seemed utterly impossible. How could 12 ordinary men feed a multitude that covered the entire hillside? But Jesus was not troubled. He knew exactly what he was about to do, and he wanted his disciples to witness something that would change their understanding of what was possible when God was present. Then Andrew, the brother of Simon Peter, stepped forward with a young boy by his side. The boy clutched a small basket close to his chest. Andrew said, "There is a boy here who has 5 small barley loaves and 2 fish. But what good are these for so many people?" The boy looked up at Jesus with wide, trusting eyes and held out his humble meal without hesitation. It was not much at all. 5 little loaves of bread made from barley, the cheapest grain available, and 2 small dried fish. In the eyes of the world, this offering was nothing, but in the hands of Jesus, it was about to become everything. Jesus smiled gently at the boy and took the food. He then told the disciples to have all the people sit down on the green grass in groups of 50s and 100s. The crowd settled down, murmuring with curiosity, wondering what this teacher from Nazareth would do next. Jesus held the 5 loaves and 2 fish up toward heaven. He closed his eyes, and with a heart full of gratitude, he gave thanks to God the Father. Then he began to break the bread, piece after piece after piece. He handed the broken bread and fish to his disciples, and they began distributing it to the people. Something miraculous was happening. No matter how many pieces the disciples gave away, there was always more in their hands. The bread did not run out. The fish kept multiplying. Every single person on that hillside received food. And they did not just get a tiny morsel. They ate until they were completely full and satisfied. When everyone had finished eating, Jesus told his disciples to gather the leftovers so that nothing would be wasted. The disciples went through the crowd, collecting the remaining pieces, and when they were done, they had filled 12 full baskets with leftover bread and fish. 12 baskets from 5 loaves and 2 fish. The people were amazed and began to whisper among themselves, saying, "Surely this is the prophet who is to come into the world." They had witnessed with their own eyes the power of God working through Jesus. This beautiful miracle, recorded in the Gospel of John chapter 6, teaches us something deeply important. The young boy did not have much to offer. His 5 loaves and 2 fish seemed insignificant compared to the enormous need around him. Yet he offered what he had willingly, and Jesus took that small, humble gift and transformed it into an abundance that fed thousands with plenty left over. God does not ask us to have everything figured out. He does not require us to be wealthy or powerful or extraordinary. He simply asks us to bring whatever we have to Him with a willing heart. When we place our small offerings into the hands of God, He can multiply them beyond anything we could ever imagine. No gift is too small for God to use. No prayer is too quiet for God to hear. No situation is too impossible for God to transform. Just as Jesus fed 5,000 people with one boy's lunch, He can take the little you have and create miracles that bless not only your life, but the lives of countless others around you. Trust Him with what you have today and watch what He can do. Please support us with a subscribe and a like so that the Word of God can be spread to even more people around the world.